After one late-night documentary, Louis Beans decided he was a detective. By morning, he had aviator sunglasses, a fake leather notebook, and a dead Bluetooth earpiece. He stepped from his car, tapped it, and announced, "Louis Beans, private investigator." Frank stared at him. "You got lost driving to Target yesterday." Minutes later, Louis began surveillance behind a tiny sidewalk tree that hid almost none of him. His arms, legs, and head stuck out in every direction. Whispering into the dead earpiece, he said, "She has no idea I'm here." The woman turned, looked straight at him, and replied, "I can literally see you." Louis marched over and introduced himself again. The woman said she feared her boyfriend was cheating. Louis snapped his notebook open so fast it bent backward. "Oh, this goes deep." Frank folded his arms. "It probably doesn't." Still, Louis treated the case like organized crime, scribbling dramatic notes in plain view while the boyfriend simply bought coffee and checked his phone. Soon, Louis and Frank were tailing the boyfriend across town in Frank's car. Louis kept whispering that they had to remain invisible while they stayed 2 car lengths behind him at every light. He pointed so hard his whole arm swept across the windshield, then accidentally hit the high beams. The headlights flashed into the boyfriend's mirror. Frank gripped the wheel. "We are the most obvious people alive." Louis adjusted his sunglasses. "That's what they want you to think." At the grocery store, Louis declared the case had turned dangerous, stuck on a fake mustache, and crept toward the entrance. Inside, the boyfriend headed for produce. Louis peeked from behind a row of carts and made full eye contact with him. He dropped too late. "He knows we're onto him," Louis whispered. The man was only shopping for fruit, but Louis burst into the aisle shouting, "He knows we're onto him," as startled shoppers turned to stare. Then Louis hit a freshly mopped patch, flew sideways, and crashed into a pyramid of oranges. Fruit scattered everywhere. Flat on his back, sunglasses crooked and mustache loose, he looked up as an officer asked, "Sir, what exactly are you doing?" Louis raised one finger. "Undercover operation." Outside, the woman arrived and found the truth at once. Her boyfriend had flowers and a birthday cake. Frank laughed. Louis brushed off orange pulp and still called it suspicious.